How are we doing, guys? And welcome back to 𝐼𝐍 TV. It's Leeds versus Aston Villa and your pre-match preview. It's been a long time since we've done any filming. 4 weeks it is. 4 weeks since that Brentford game. It's been a long, long time to sit on a defeat like that. Obviously a 5-2 defeat and a pretty poor run prior to that as well. So it's been a long, long 4 weeks. It always is when you're not in the best of form. But we're back into it. We're back into it, guys. And before we get into this preview, I'm very excited to announce that 𝐼𝐍 TV have joined forces again with football prizes for the 2022-2023 season, and we've got a fantastic prize on offer this week. Check it out. So that man, Rodrigo Moreno, is an opportunity to win a signed Leeds United shirt from the main man himself, Rodrigo. All the details are in the link down below. You can check that out to enter the competition, or if you want to just check out football prizes in general, there's plenty of different competitions going on at this moment in time, not just Leeds United based. Plenty of memorabilia available from all clubs. So check it out, guys. Check it out. But a big opportunity this week to win a fantastic piece of merchandise with the main man himself, a signed Rodrigo Moreno shirt. Check it out in the link down below, guys. And it's just great to be back all around because it's been difficult without football. It has been very difficult. I'm sure it's the same for you guys. It's been very boring, really. I'm not going to lie, but listen, different things always take priority over football. There's no doubt about that. It is just good to be back in the football. So listen, it's been a very disappointing last couple of games. If you go back to the last sort of three before the international break, you really look at Brighton, Everton, Brentford. I know they're all having better seasons than last season. Certainly Everton. I think Everton and Brentford, there's no doubt about that. Really, I think from that kind of run of games, you want to be getting more than 1 point. You certainly don't want to be conceding the goals were conceded. Conceded far too many. And just looking at my notes down here, there's a lot of things to talk about, really. And it does feel like a long, long time ago going back to this. But there was definitely a recurring theme of conceding goals from balls over the top. We saw it against Brighton, we saw it against Everton, and we saw it against Brentford. We're conceding goals from balls over the top in behind our back line. In terms of our back line's getting caught too high on the pitch, the gap between Meslier and the back four is too big, and the opposition just running into that space, and we're conceding a lot of goals and chances from those really. And had it not been for some, probably would have conceded more goals than what we have done in recent weeks. But it's something we really need to get on top of. But I'm not going to panic too much about it. I think obviously after the Brentford game, I was annoyed. I'm not going to make any, what's the name about it. I was very, very annoyed. People sort of said in the comments I was very annoyed, and it's been a very, very long time sitting on that. But guys, let us know what you think about the studio as well. Very much be appreciated if you can let us know what you think. This piece here, I'm particularly happy with the 1992 signed Leeds United shirt. That is a particularly proud piece to be able to display in the top right of the screen. So let us know what you think about the studio. I've made an effort. I hope you appreciate it, guys. But yeah, it's been disappointing. It's something to get on top of. Is it tactical? Is it down to personnel making mistakes? I think it's too early to say, because I think you've got to consider as well, it's very much being a makeshift back four for these first sort of 6 games or so. You've seen Pascal go to left back, do a good job at left back. Obviously, Rasmus, new signing. We still got to get fully used to the system. Diego Llorente playing on the left of the back two, when I think he's personally a lot better on the right. He's played pretty much all his football up until, he kind of, in an ideal sense, you'd want Pascal or Liam Cooper in that left-sided spot. So it's definitely made a difference, guys. It's definitely made a difference. So that's something to definitely factor in. I think the clinical nature of the teams have played. I think Ivan Toney was just absolutely unbelievable for Brentford in that game. And, listen, it's not going to get any easier against Villa. You're looking at people like Philippe Coutinho, Leon Bailey, Ollie Watkins. You've got a lot of clinical forwards in there, and that's only some of them as well. Obviously, Jacob Ramsey is getting goals too from the midfield for Villa. So there's a lot of threats from this Villa team. And just because Villa haven't made a good start to the season doesn't mean that they don't still have a threat. And if we make mistakes, get caught high up the pitch, they're still going to have moments against us. So it's definitely something to factor in. But I think you've got to say, in terms of the positives from the start of the season, I think all the new signings, pretty much all the new signings. I know Rasmus maybe hasn't made the strongest of starts yet compared to the others, but I think they've made a positive impact. I think certainly you look at Brendan Aronson, Tyler Adams added real energy into the team. Sinisterra, that efficiency in front of goal. Mark Rocker, that bit of quality on the ball. They're all adding something to the team, and there's the character. I think the mentality. I think looks a lot better this season as well. They've definitely made a difference. Both on and off the pitch for me. Rasmus as well. I've got put into that category too. And certainly off the pitch, we can see he's a battler. We can see he's very much a Leeds United type of fullback. We just need that little bit more consistency and getting fully up to grips with the system. And listen, he's got competition now in Luke Ayling, who had a really good game. A really good second half against Brentford when he came on for that last sort of 20, 25 minutes, getting the assist and looking a real threat going forward. So, yeah, we have got competition for places, which is a very good thing. But I do still think in both boxes, certainly defensively, we are still missing a Liam Cooper. A little bit of leadership at the back in terms of to allow Diego or Robin Koch to play on the right side, on their stronger side. I think it's key. I think the balance is really key now of that back four, particularly if we're playing a high line. You want that little bit more clarity in terms of positions and everyone to feel fully comfortable in their best positions, play on the strongest foot, all these different bits and pieces. And, it just didn't quite look right, the balance of the back four the last couple of games. But I think it's more down to injuries more than anything. But we will see. Ultimately, we'll find out a lot of things about this team in this next couple of weeks between now and the World Cup, because we've had effectively almost a second pre-season, if you think about it. I know obviously there's been an international break in that spell as well, but we've had 3 weeks of no games. We've had 3 weeks of training to fully get this team up to the standard, really. And it's a really exciting prospect, really. You think of Tyler Adams, Brendan Aronson, Louis Sinisterra, with more game time with these players, more training time and all these different bits and pieces. Hopefully, you're going to really see that connection now to an even higher extent. But yeah, I think the things to say is, as much as I've talked about defensively, I think going forward, maybe we are missing that natural centre forwards a little bit. Hopefully, Paddy Bamford is fully fit. I know Paddy Bamford missed chances against Brentford. We were getting the chances. The ball was sticking a lot better in the second half. I think the 5-2, as much as it's poor to lose 5-2, it wasn't really a full reflection of the game for me. It wasn't really a 5-2 game. I thought Paddy made a big impact when he came on. We were creating chances. We were making the ball stick high up the pitch. So you saw the difference it made. And maybe we've lacked that natural centre forward since RODRIGO got injured and Paddy Bamford's just come back. Hopefully Paddy Bamford's fully fit. But I'd certainly rather be an exciting team with slight problems at the back than a team that is struggling in all areas or is a bit of a boring team. Because when you do go on a bad run, yes, it hasn't been a good run in the last couple of weeks or so, but it doesn't feel that bad because it was exciting to watch. We are creating chances. I think the opposition goalkeepers are having really good games against us. We are missing chances, but we're creating the chances. We are still making things happen. Yes, of course, we want to be more solid defensively, but I still think it's easier to get on board with that being an exciting team that has the potential to score goals, is scoring goals, has got good players going forward. I'd much rather be that and try and fix us defensively than the other way around. I think it's a lot harder to coach a team to score goals than it is to coach a team to be a little bit more solid. I think it is a case of getting Liam Cooper back in, Luke Ayling back in, that little bit of leadership, a little bit more know-how just to help the younger players in the team, a little bit from the defensive side of things. I don't know, let us know if you agree with that, but I do feel better about it. I think it's better to watch. It's more likeable. If you are going to struggle by being an entertaining team rather than struggle by being a team that's boring and makes you want to go to sleep. I don't want to be where we were last season, where it just felt flat for large parts of the season. It doesn't feel like that at this moment in time. It feels like we are a team that has got the potential to make progress. But this Villa team's a tough team. It's going to be a tough game. I know they've not made a good start to the season, but they're still only a point behind us. We've got to remember that. They're still only a point behind us. But it's a big game. It's a massive, massive game. This obviously Steven Gerrard's under a little bit of pressure. They got a big win before the international break. So it is a big, big game for us, but I feel we're going to get opportunities. I think it will be a bit of a basketball match like we have seen much of this season. I'm hoping Tyler Adams and Mark Rocker can take control of that midfield because Boubacar Kamara being out for Villa is a massive blow for them from an individual point of view. I think he is one of their best players. Talking to Neil from the Paul McGrath podcast, make sure you check that out, actually, the opposition preview. That is going to go out Friday afternoon. Make sure you check that out. He did say Boubacar Kamara had been their best player, so him being out is a massive plus for us. It's an opportunity for the midfield to dominate the game. And yeah, let's be positive. I'm just glad to see some footy being played again. We've got 3 home games now out of the next 4. We are playing a lot of teams around us. There's a big opportunity now to pick up a decent haul of points between now and the World Cup, and that will give us a much better indicator of where we're at as a team. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, anyway. Make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. We are back in action. Apologies if this one has maybe dipped out a little bit from time to time because of the Wi-Fi. I am filming this live as such, so I do apologise for that if it has dipped in and out from time to time, but hopefully it hasn't been too bad. And I'll leave it there, guys. And just to remind you, we have teamed up with Football Prizes again this season, and this is your opportunity to win a signed Rodrigo Moreno shirt. Check the link out in the description down below to enter the competition, and check out the second link to just have a look at what other competitions Football Prizes are running at this moment in time. It's not just Leeds United stuff, so if you are into European football, other Premier League teams, whatever it is, you can check it out on Football Prizes. Plenty of competitions and memorabilia up for grabs. So guys, I'm going to leave it there anyway. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Oscar, and we are back on the road. See you later, guys. Thanks.